Welcome. Today, we're diving into data integrity, a crucial aspect of SIP monitoring and documentation. I'm Dr. S.K. Singh, and together, we'll explore how to ensure the accuracy and reliability of data throughout this process. Let's get started. Let's start with the basics. Sterilization in place, or SIP, is essential for keeping equipment sterile before we begin manufacturing. But it's not just about the sterilization itself. It's also about the data we collect during the process. That data proves everything worked as it should. There's a key GMP principle here. If it's not documented, it didn't happen. Data integrity matters because it supports sterility, shows we meet regulations, guides product release, helps with investigations, and ultimately protects patient safety. Let's start by understanding what data integrity really means. It's all about making sure data stays complete, consistent, accurate, and reliable from start to finish. When we talk about SIP data, we're looking at things like temperature records, pressure profiles, hold times, alarm logs, steam quality reports, biological indicator results, calibration records, and validation reports. The goal here is clear: to give us confidence that our SIP processes reliably meet the validated sterility assurance levels every single time. Let's talk about ALCOA+, a set of principles that ensure data integrity in regulated environments. Each piece of data needs to be attributable, legible, and recorded at the time the event occurs. It must be original, accurate, complete, consistent, enduring, and available whenever needed. These aren't just guidelines, they're a regulatory standard. In fact, every SIP record has to meet these expectations to maintain compliance and trustworthiness. This framework keeps our data reliable and audit-ready. When it comes to protecting SIP data, there are a few critical categories we need to focus on. First, process monitoring data, things like sterilization temperature, exposure time, pressure readings, steam quality, and condensate removal. Then, validation documentation including temperature mapping studies, biological indicator results, and requalification reports. Finally, operational records, batch-related SIP records, equipment logs, and maintenance histories. All these records are vital because they provide the evidence we need to assure sterility. When it comes to data integrity, we expect a few key things. Automatic data capture ensures accuracy from the start. Secure storage keeps information safe. An audit trail lets us trace every change, no unauthorized edits allowed. Manual transcription, by contrast, raises the risk of errors, which is a big regulatory concern. Here, we see temperature data recorded automatically, staying within the required sterilization range of 121 degrees Celsius, plus or minus 1. This kind of reliable monitoring is essential for compliance and safety. Let's talk about the tools that power modern monitoring electronic data capture systems. These include everything from PLC systems and SCADA platforms to distributed control systems and manufacturing execution systems. What do they bring to the table? Real-time monitoring, automated data recording, fewer transcription errors, better traceability, and stronger audit readiness. We're seeing a clear shift in the industry, moving away from paper-based methods toward electronic records, and now, smart data platforms that make insights faster and more reliable. We're looking at a key regulatory requirement: audit trails must be reviewed regularly. But what exactly is an audit trail? It's a secure electronic record that tracks who did what, when, and why. For example, it might show a supervisor changing a set point at 10:05 or an operator acknowledging an alarm a few minutes later. This kind of transparency is crucial for maintaining system integrity and compliance. Reviewing these records helps us catch issues early and keep everything running smoothly. When it comes to SIP operations, there are some common risks that keep showing up. Manual data entry errors, shared user accounts, and incomplete audit trails are a few of the usual suspects. Add uncontrolled spreadsheets, unauthorized data changes, missing calibration records, delayed documentation, and weak backup systems, and you've got a recipe for trouble. These issues don't just cause headaches, they can seriously undermine confidence in the evidence that assures sterility. That's why spotting and fixing these risks is so important. When we talk about data integrity during SIP validation, we're focusing on the quality and reliability of the data collected throughout the process. This means including temperature mapping results, biological indicator outcomes, sensor calibration records, alarm challenge tests, and steam quality assessments. For example, in a validation study with 24 temperature sensors installed, every sensor must meet the validated sterilization conditions. And crucially, all raw data has to be retained and traceable back to the final reports. No shortcuts, no missing pieces. Let's walk through the data review and approval process, a crucial step to ensure everything checks out before moving forward. First, the operator reviews the cycle to confirm it's complete. Then, engineering steps in to verify the equipment performed as expected. Quality assurance takes the final look, making sure compliance standards are met and the batch is ready for release. A typical checklist includes temperature profiles, hold times, alarms, audit trails, and documentation, all essential to keep the process airtight. As SIP systems move deeper into the digital world, cybersecurity is no longer optional, it's essential. We need strong user access controls, solid password management, and robust data encryption to keep things safe. Network security, regular backups, and disaster recovery plans are just as critical. Plus, periodic vulnerability assessments help us stay ahead of threats. All of this aligns with regulatory demands to protect electronic GMP records from unauthorized access or changes. Cybersecurity is a key piece of the puzzle we can't afford to overlook. Looking ahead, SIP data management is evolving fast, driven by some powerful technologies. Artificial intelligence and predictive analytics are helping us anticipate issues before they happen. Cloud-based platforms make validation more flexible and accessible. Blockchain adds a new layer of trust with data traceability. Digital twins and continuous process verification bring us closer to real-time insights. And the industrial Internet of Things connects everything for seamless monitoring. Together, these advances point to a future where sterility assurance is verified in real time. Smart, automated, and reliable. To wrap up, maintaining critical data integrity in SIP means meeting several key requirements. We need to ensure ALCOA plus compliance, secure electronic records, and robust audit trails. Accurate real-time monitoring and controlled user access are essential. Effective data review processes, reliable backup and recovery, and full regulatory compliance throughout the data lifecycle round out the list. Ultimately, regulators expect SIP monitoring and documentation to produce trustworthy, complete, and traceable records, clear proof of sterility assurance. When we talk about key regulatory references, these are the major authorities guiding our work, from the United States Food and Drug Administration to the European Commission, the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, the World Health Organization, and the Pharmaceutical Inspection Cooperation Scheme. Each sets standards we need to meet. At the core of their expectations is this: all SIP data must be attributable, accurate, complete, secure, and available throughout its entire life cycle. Meeting these criteria is non-negotiable. That brings us to the end. If you need any further support or have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for your time and attention. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you today. This video was created with SlideSpeak. Visit SlideSpeak to turn your presentations into engaging AI-narrated videos.